This podcast is sponsored by Highclere Castle Gin, born from a castle, renowned for its parties and acclaimed for its taste. Highclere Castle Gin is the winner of over 200 international spirit awards with a triumphant 100-point score. Pick up a bottle for yourself at highclerecastlegin.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive. We're tackling two pretty different corners of the entertainment world today, but as you'll see, they've got more in common than you might think.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how these things connect, even in unexpected ways.
Exactly. So first up, a bittersweet farewell to a show that's captured hearts worldwide. Outlander. Just wrapped after an incredible run, 8 seasons, 11 years.
101 episodes. It's really impressive.
That is a lot of time travel. For anyone who might not be familiar, which, honestly, where have you been? But anyway, Outlander follows this woman, Claire, who's transported back to 18th century Scotland. And it's got everything history, romance, adventure.
It really struck a chord with audiences. I mean, it spawned a whole universe. Books, fan communities, even tourism to Scotland exploded because of this show. People were completely drawn in by the characters, the storylines, the setting.
Right, and it definitely helped that the chemistry between Sam Heughan and Catriona Balfe, who play the leads, is off the charts.
They really brought those characters to life. And their farewell messages to the fans were really touching. I mean, it's the end of an era.
Yeah, you kind of wonder, are we going to see more shows that have this kind of staying power in the future? I mean, think about it. 11 years on the air is almost unheard of these days.
It's true. With so much competition out there, so many streaming platforms, it's harder for shows to hold on to an audience for that long. People have so many choices.
Yeah.
They're constantly moving on to the next big thing.
It makes you think about what really makes a show last. Is it the story, the characters, or is it just a matter of timing?
It's probably a combination of factors, but there's something to be said about a show that can keep people coming back for more, year after year.
Absolutely. Okay, so shifting gears here, let's talk about another force that shakes things up, Mother Nature. Specifically, Hurricane Helene threw a wrench into the usual TV ratings last week.
Oh, yeah. News preemptions can really mess with the numbers. When a major event happens and networks interrupt regular programming to cover it live, it disrupts viewing patterns. People miss their shows or they just don't tune in at all.
Right, it throws everything off. But here's what I found interesting. ABC's 911 actually came out on top, even with the hurricane coverage.
You know, that is interesting. It suggests that people were so glued to their TVs for the news that when 911 aired, they stuck around.
Or maybe they just really love first responders. But it does make you wonder about viewer behavior. Are live events becoming more compelling than scripted dramas, even in an on-demand world?
It's a good question. Maybe it's the immediacy of it all, the need to be in the know, to feel connected to something happening in real time.
And maybe there's also something to be said about the collective experience of watching something unfold live, even if it's something as serious as a hurricane. It's a shared moment, and that's become increasingly rare these days.
I think you're onto something there. In a world where we're often so isolated, consuming content on our own devices, those shared experiences become even more meaningful.
So there you have it. From a beloved show's grand finale to a hurricane's unexpected impact on our viewing habits, proof that the entertainment world is never short on surprises. What other real-world events could end up shaping what we watch, how we watch it, or even what we value in our entertainment? Something to think about.